Good morning, I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. Now for the news in details. Jamaica's Ministry of Education has signaled that distance learning could become the new norm as COVID-19 cases are expected to further increase. Schools are scheduled to reopen on October 5. Speaking at a Ministry of Education virtual back-to-school webinar on Wednesday, Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kesan Troop said discussions are taking place at the various levels to determine the best way forward. Dr. Troop said the ministry is currently in discussions with stakeholders to ensure that no student is disadvantaged. Last month, the Ministry of Education said it would adopt a blended learning approach when the 2020-2021 academic year begins. The ministry said this approach would incorporate in-person and online modalities. Jamaica's Industrial Dispute Tribunal, IDT, ruled on Wednesday that former Petrojam General Manager Howard Mollison is to get $15.8 million after he was abruptly dismissed in 2016. In a 25-page judgment, the three-member IDT panel noted that Mollison's dismissal was unjustified as he had given outstanding service to Petrojam in the 1.5 years that he had been employed there. The IDT ruled that payment that was made to Mollison when his 2-year contract, which had 6 months remaining, was ended, should not be deducted from the $15.8 million award that he is to receive. Petrojam is the island's sole oil refinery and is owned by the government of Jamaica. It supplies a full range of domestic, transportation, and industrial petroleum products. In 2006, the then People's National Party's PNP government sold 49% of the entity to PDV Caribbean SA of Venezuela, but the Jamaica Labour Party JLP administration reacquired the stake last year. Mollison was dismissed on July 20, 2016, months after the JLP won the general election in February of that year. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago is reporting a 10% shrink in its economy resulting from the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. The Twin Island Republic shut down its borders and required people to remain at home in an effort to curb the spread of the virus. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said oil and gas production declined significantly. He said the economy is shrinking even as the government continues to support hardest-hit citizens at a big cost. Dr. Rowley warned that the country should be prepared for the reintroduction of property tax that had been suspended for several years. Trinidad and Tobago has 2,493 positive cases of the coronavirus. The country has also recorded 39 deaths related to the respiratory illness. Finally, the Bahamas is set to reopen beaches and major hotels from October 15 as the country implements Phase 3 of the Tourism Readiness and Recovery Plan ahead of the busy holiday season. Minister of Tourism and Aviation, Dioniso de Aguilar, announced the date of the third phase on Monday. De Aguilar announced that all hotel guests must abide by a 14-day vacation-in-place VIP, which will allow guests access to all amenities including hotel spas, gyms, bars, and more. Additionally, Phase 3 will also see the reopening of attractions, excursions, and tours on November 1st. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. To have a good morning.